Folks, today I would like to talk to you on the topic, can Advaita be preached or taught to people? Can it be learned in a school? I watched some of the YouTube videos by Swamis. With all respect to all of them, they're all very, very sincere people, I know. But the question is, can Brahman be defined? Some of the YouTube videos are defining what Brahman is as something like it is infinite in space, infinite in time, it is omnipresent, omniscient, omnipotent, etc., etc. Isn't it true that the listeners who are listening to these teachings form a mental concept of Brahman and thinking that that as God, and most of the time they think that they know about Brahman, because if somebody asks them what is Brahman, they will repeat in their own way whatever they understood after the lecture is over, what Brahman is. They are talking from their mental storage, memory. Is that what Brahman is all about? I thought the basic fact, fundamental fact about Advaita is that Brahman cannot be defined. What you can talk about is what Brahman is not, what God is not. Because at the stage of Brahman, there is no duality. It's an Advaita. There is no observer, there is no observed, there is nothing to describe because there is no observer, nothing to be observed. Observer and the observed are one and the same. So I would suggest that all the folks who are teaching Advaita, please realize God. I can very easily see not all the folks who are preaching have realized what Brahman is or what God is. So instead of teaching the Advaita so-called philosophy in a school, the school should encourage people to sit down and realize what God is. I thought that's what the ancient rishis did to their disciples. Instead, nowadays, Advaita philosophy is taught in a school just like physics, chemistry, and computer science. And after the graduation in that school, they are assigned, they are called Swamis, and they are assigned new names. They come and teach about Vedanta. Just like after graduating in physics or chemistry, they go and teach about physics and chemistry. Before you talk about God, you'll have to realize what is it. Only then you can talk about God. The word Swami is very sacred. It can be assigned by an energy outside the human being. That energy has to come uninvited and assign that name or assign that word Swami to you. Till then, if somebody after graduating, the teacher of the school assigns the word Swami to you, it is meaningless. By changing the name or your original name that your parents have given you by a different name, you are not renouncing the old. There is nothing in the name. I would suggest all the listeners of Advaita Philosophy teachings and preachings ask their teachers one simple question. Have you realized Brahman? Have you realized Brahman? Can those preachers say anything about Brahman without quoting Upanishads or Bhagavad Gita or any of the so-called sacred religious texts? Can you say a single word about Brahman that you have not been told by the culture, by the books, by the teachers? Is there anything original? So again, I would like to state that I'm saying this with all humility, with all the respects to the Advaita teachers. I would request very humbly to share this video with all the Swamis, all the Advaita teachers, so that they understand that Brahman cannot be taught. It is undefined. Creation is an overlay on top of it. You can talk about creation. Which will be destroyed. Anything that is created will be destroyed. You can talk about it. You can talk how the being was created, how the duality came into picture for the first time, how this simple duality became multiplicity. That can be taught, that has to be realized first. You have to realize this first and taught. You have to be original. You cannot be a gramophone record or a CD to repeat what Upanishads say or what Bhagavad Gita says. People can create a program, a Google program, to know everything about God, everything about Brahman, or everything about Upanishads, Bhagavad Gita. Artificial intelligence programs, AI programs can even learn and answer question about Brahman, God. Can you say then that program is realized, is God? No, it's just a program. That's what most of the teachers are. What is coming out of these Swamis who have not realized what God is just what they have been programmed. This is what causes a religion, because in every religion they define their own God. They even say that their God includes all other gods in the other religions, and there is a fight between these religions that our God is superior than your God. This is what will happen if Advaita philosophy is taught without realizing what Brahman is, without realizing what God is. So please share this video to all the Swamis with all due respect from me, so that they stop preaching before realizing what Brahman is, what God is all about.